Alright, welcome back everyone. Yet another Temu build. I've been on a roll with them lately. It's another one of those little light boxes. Got a Hedwig the Owl delivering the mail theme, I think. Pop it open to see what we got into, but if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Have a good time and upload daily and just want to enjoy ourselves building silly little models. We're not looking to change the world or make any great influences, but we just want to have fun. So, let's see what we're into here. And I'm doing this. If you've seen any kits that you'd like to see me build, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and y'all seem to have pretty good taste, I think. There's our LEDs on our USB plug, and then our box of goodies. Now this one, of course I'm a Harry Potter fan, but this one came up on my feed and doesn't have a, okay, it's actually sealed shut. Usually they get that little flap to pull open. But I always liked them, and I enjoy these little light boxes. And I thought, let's give that a go. And whoop, if I can get this thing to open. Okay, there, should get us going. I done lost my train of thought. Other, Harry Potter fan, Harry Potter world build thing. So yada yada yada. Okay, I've done I think 3 or 4 of these, 2 or 3, something like that. So they're pretty basic. It's pretty. Just building the layers, and it sort of creates that sense of depth as you're doing it. Of course, the stressful part is bending the accordion bits around. I'm debating on, I think I'm going to do a bit of color. I bought a new set of markers. I don't know if they're how good or bad they're going to be, but they're fine. Fine point and dot tip. They don't have the brush like the others do. I was noticing my other ones I was running out of. I think it's capillary action, and this one, I think it's got actually like a reservoir in it. So I'm hoping these will last a little bit better. Because like I say, I think I can show you on the white one. It sort of shows, but like I say, see, it doesn't really. Down there at the tip, the paint's not coming all the way through down there, so it's getting hard to paint with that end. But it still works on this end most of the time. But I say it, but I use a lot of white too, so that sort of eats those up. But, so I figured, try a new brand and see if this is any better with the, let's say, thick point, and this should be not much more than an ink pen. That's about the same as the other small point. But let's say I want to give those a try. So what I'll probably do is, I won't show you the full painting, but I will paint it on camera. I'll just speed up through that one, try and think to throw some music in behind it, and we'll see what it looks like with a little splash of color added in. But I got, let's see what we got there, sir. I'm sure safety warnings. Yeah, and instruction, a little sanding bit. Looks like 2 sheets of plastic. That's okay. Black tape. I guess that's the best for. But like I say, I'll pull the pieces, and like I say, I think I'll probably just go straight into trying color and guess which colors to make what. And we will come back and build after I've done that. But I'll see you then. Okay, got it all colorized. I think that's all the coloring I'm going to do, and now I'm going to go through and pull the rest of the pieces, and we'll see how that looks, whether I've made a terrible mistake by adding color to it. So be right back with that. Okay, not too many pieces on this, so should be a reasonably quick build part of the build now. I think that's going to look pretty good once we get the light in there. I hope so anyway. First order of business is to get our, I don't know why they wouldn't give us the proper sized sheets, but we're supposed to trim our plastic sheets down to our template here, which is always a pain. But I'm going, I think, and something. Okay, so now let's see here. Take this over here. Hold it steady. Sharpie down that one. And that one. Okay. So make those two cuts. And that should get us down to at least the proper size. So right on the line, because that's going to be in the back of our board anyway, so hopefully giving us enough tolerance to wiggle around a little bit. Okay. Let's see, that's, yeah, that's the, I think that's the biggest hole, but this goes on the back. This one, the frosted one, goes on the back of this guy. So I'm debating still got that much showing on it, to get out of the way of our notches there. That's what these are supposed to be cuts for. And we got a little bit of headroom here, because we can go down this far, so we can miss a fair amount. So yeah, I'm going to cut off more edge here and here. That puts this. So we still got the corners popping out, so I'm going to nip the corners. I think I know what I'm about to do. We'll find out together. Okay, so that should get us clearance all the way around. Okay, so this, let's say they're diffusing like so. I think it's hard to get a hold of it. Okay, I'm gonna go. I was hoping to get. I'm going to take another little bit strip off of this end, because I want to go get below these notches I do it like that, I'm clear on these 4 notches, so I just got to trim out these just barely. And I can actually probably go back. Okay, so I get clear on, and I think I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be greedy. Just take another strip off here. We got some headroom up here. So here against notches. And that gets us clear of the notches on all 4 sides. So I'm going to go with that rather than trying to actually notch out the things. And I do know from experience that I want to clear out further on this one, so I'm going to come back with my X-Acto knife and do some trimming above these, because these things will run into that when you mount them into those. So I've learned, like I said, I actually haven't learned from a few things that I've goofed up. So bring it on in here onto the back of that. Yeah, because just barely let it dribble out here. Just go around the edge. I think I do a few dabs around here. Make sure it stays nice and flush. Okay. And I don't think, make sure. Don't think there's not a protective film on this one, so use you in the glue. Push down the glue good. I think down there. Clearance on all our notches. Clearance. Maybe this one a little bit that way. But yeah, we're not running into anything on this one, so let me grab. Let's make sure I get a good. I didn't mess it up when I pushed it down. Yeah, it looks still good. Okay, so that one. That's sort of the diffuser. Our LEDs go behind that. Just saw this. Let's spread that out a little bit, maybe. Dissipate the globs. They're not going to go away, but okay. So that's that one. Okay. Now our clear one goes on back of board 1. So the back of this guy. And sort of a similar thing. It gives me the measurements to use. I think got a little more leeway on this one because it doesn't actually get, I say these things don't crimp into there. So let's see, it looks like it'll peel easier from the top edge here, so I think what I'm gonna do. Let's test my X-Acto knife. Actually, I got that new. I hadn't had a chance to use this one yet. I bought this thing, and I'm not sure how comfortable it feels with it, but I'm just gonna see if I can't. Ooh, what's that? It looks like that's where it's gonna peel from, so I'm gonna go upside down with it. Get you in position, maybe if I can. So about like that. Nothing else I've got it scored so I know where to cut it. I hope it went all the way through. It did not. Doesn't feel like it even went close. Oh well, but I know where to cut it now. That's good coverage on our window there. So peel going one side. This should be the more impressive side. I think I'll just use the dot technique this time rather than trying to form any kind of bead. Hope I got close enough to it. A little bit excess down there in the bottom. Otherwise, I think we got good coverage. Alright. And that. Okay, so those two are done. Let's see, if memory serves me right, this is one of the more frustrating. Oh, I was gonna do some more trimming on that. This one now. Had a second or two to dry, so let's get my X-Acto out. As I just pop this down here so I don't poke a hole in the leather. Sharp bit away from me. This stuff's tougher than it looks. There it goes. Not much out of it, like this one. Just want to give myself a little extra wiggle room. And those guys. Probably an easier way to do this. I think I told y'all this, but I looked and this one's about $9 now. But I don't know if it's one of those free shipping Temus or the $2.99 shipping Temus, but it was reasonably priced for the actual kit. thought ahead, I would have paid attention to and not glued right behind these notches. Make this part a little bit easier. Last one. This may have just been a waste of time. I'm not sure if it's going to actually help out or not, but I want to try. Okay, so now move into putting our layers together. So, got our 5 at the back, and just work our way up from there. So, that's 2, 4, 3, and that one just soaked right up the glue. I think just the grain of the wood took that, not the glue, the paint. 2. I think it tried to make them slightly different colors as on the different layers. I think that's going to help with it. But, and there should be spaces between them too when we're doing this. So grab a few of these guys. I'll go. Okay. So I'll go 2 first. 3. Get a little gap going. And some of them have, yep, a lot of them came out. Maybe do it. Okay, do it facing down. Okay, do both of them at the same time. Okay. That's 5. Throwing it at it didn't seem to work. Top. Okay. Not being cooperative here. Let's see. I put these down in here to line them up. There it went. Yeah, that's going to help us out to sort of put these not next to the notches, and that sort of gets the spaces right, hopefully. And pop this. Alright. Okay. Oh. Two of them. Two sets of them in place. And these, in theory, should be easier because they're already getting spaced out now. So let's see if I'm correct on that. A little wiggle and a jiggle and it popped in there. Right. Getting more stable as we go, as it should be. This is not yet, so I'm going to put one in the side of the notch. Okay. That seems to help out a lot. Okay. Straight out there. Okay, got those guys all in. Let's see, that's going to give us some space in between our layers. Going to let the light in, hopefully. So that's cool. Now, get this guy out, and our LEDs. Okay, we got a fair amount of LEDs here. Plenty of lead, plenty of room. It looks like all the LEDs go in. I think I just felt Miss Neo stroll past my legs, so she may be piping up here pretty quick. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we're to take this guy, wrap it around there. That little, twice, I think. Now that's going to be irritating. Pop you in. Oh, that's actually supposed to go on the other side. Okay. That makes more sense. Through there. And then wrap that around a couple of times. Actually, I'm going to go all the way up to our insulation here. Now this back through there. These little guys. And there was supposed to hold all this in place. There and then up to there. Okay. Now, the other one should, in theory, be easier to line up the top three. There. Almost went. Alright, okay, now we're going. Okay, so. And now it says wrap the strip into any shape we want. Let me see if I can find something the appropriate diameter that I can wrap it around. Think. Well, that'd be stretching it a little bit. Glue bottle will work. Around there. Take this guy. Some old wreath making skills from when I was a kid. Okay, so that should hold that together. And I've got it. Whoop. That's not what I want to do. I had a power brick in here. May have taken it somewhere else. I believe I did. No, there it is. Right. Let's see here. Alright, so yeah, that's going to put off plenty of light. Hopefully it's not too concentrated there. I wasn't expecting them to line up so close. Okay. But we'll find out. Now. Okay, now these guys come into play, and they did not give us any spares of these. I went with orange on the edge. I just thought I hadn't painted anything orange in a while, so I figured that'd be a good one to go with. Okay, and that's what our black tape is for, to seal the light in around our accordion bits. A little too tight for this era. So, supposed to just get it to peel. There it goes. Right down the middle. Left all our slots clear, so that's good. A little bit lower on that end. Okay. I'm not sure about that. It might actually give us some more reinforcement on our accordion bits too. So that's always a good thing. Okay. Now so there's this guy into the back. And here I got my orange showing. Nope. That's wrong. So I'm gonna, there we go. Okay. And that's, nice, and that wire is going to be in the way, but okay. Now, bring in this assembly, and it doesn't lock into place. We're just sort of sitting that one in. Then our front cover comes in here and here. Okay, so I got that all together. A little sandwich dealio in there. And now, just wrap you around here and into. Whoop, lost it. Don't be greedy, only do one at a time. Hold it in at the bottom. Okay. And that one just broke. Like I said, no spares, so we're just going to have to live with that. These guys. Here and here. And our little heart deal is to lock it in place. Let's see. Have a better look on this side. There it goes. Didn't break on that side, so we'll just have to tuck it against that wall. Yeah, because it's still cracking and popping over there now. Yeah, that tape's all that's holding that corner together at this point. I don't think I got. I think yeah, it's all gone. It's all separated, and that's right there at the corner. So I don't think I could even. I don't even think I can fix that one. I'm usually pretty proactive about going in trying to fix those, but that's. I just don't think that was meant to be. Oh, and I lost the bottom of it. Does it say anything about glue? No, it doesn't. Okay, put it in there. Close you back up. Clamp, hold that in for a moment or 10. Fortunately, got other things to work on while that's brewing. Gotta make our feet, which is those. Now these, they go spares of. Should be. Grab a flush on that bottom there. 4 little pegs on there, so yeah. Pretty straightforward design. I think I'm going to have access to it with my clamp on anyway. So. These seem to be pretty flexible. You can just make them however you want. Doesn't seem to be any hard and fast. Seems to work both directions. I am surprised. It seems like they usually do turn it. You give us a spare. Those pieces in these kits. I can't remember for sure. I'm trying to think if I would have any of those laying around. I don't think I did. I probably would have thrown those away by now. Okay. But I think we got our feet ready to go. Put you back in here. You guys just should glue in that. I'm not being cooperative. Try a different one. Yeah, that's just pushing them out. It's not. I don't think it's going to have feet. Doesn't seem like it wants them anyway. Maybe. Let's see what happens. Ignore the instructions again. I got spares over here. Let's see here if I do. So you go on first. There. And you on there. Yep, that's going to be the way to do it. Pushes that guy in. Yep, there we go. Much easier. I got 2 sets of spares of those. So. I didn't already. Alright, let's pop these guys out. Without stabbing myself, because that would hurt. I'm against that. Okay, and it does seem to have a top and a bottom. Sometimes that might have been, I might have put them in backwards. I didn't think about. Yeah, one's a little bit, one end's a little bit narrower than the other. So that's probably what happened. I just put those in upside down. I thought it was just a regular perpendicular. I didn't think about it being angled. One more. Alright, there's that. I don't think I'm quite ready to undo the clamp yet, but we can throw the lights on and see what happens. Yeah, that's a nice diffused look. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it lights up underneath the layers of our castle to separate them. That's cool. Yeah, I think not enough to, well, of course it's not going to light up the front of the head wig, but like how it, okay, I didn't even think about it being thin enough to shine through the wood to make the outlines appear. So that's also a nice touch. Cool. I think I stand by the painting. I think that's cool to have the dark sky behind it and everything. I will. Let me see if I can move you over here to the edge. Still keep our clamps, keep our glue going. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a $9 well spent. Good little, cool little thing. I think. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm digging it. Now I think I've done most of the mechanical puzzles that I can do, because I've been looking and there's just none jumping out at me. But this one I found on Temu, of course, again, and I think it's going to be a really cool build. Hello, Neil. So I'm looking forward to doing this. It's going to start on it tomorrow. It's what are they calling it? A dynamic gear ball. I'm hoping that the whole thing spins and all the gears spin at the same time. But it's got the electric motor on it, so it's going to be one of those deals. Of course, more accordion pieces for me to break, so hopefully they get that to give us some spares on that one. 3 out of 5, 127 pieces. Should be a pretty quick build, I'd say, with just that few pieces. But it's probably going to take some time to get all these things lined up, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. I think it'll be a cool build, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in motion. But with that being said, I'm not going to remove the clamp just yet, just because I'm wanting to, let's say, let that glue get set up pretty good. But in the meantime, I already said in the meantime, didn't I? Oh well. I hadn't been doing this for 3 years or anything. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. There should be some links coming up on the screen. There's if you want to subscribe, and there's my experimental channel. Here's what YouTube thinks you want, and actually I don't guess there's anything over here this one because this is a one-day build, but those other 3 are right up there. So thanks for watching. See you next time.